guys, this is part 2 of, if you haven't already seen part 1, go see it, because why are you skipping over stuff? And we're just gonna get into exactly where I stopped off at, period. Anyway, like I said, me and this other girl, the other girl, we started getting a little close. She started asking me for rides sometimes, and I give her like at least 3 times, I think. I'm not gonna say she was ghetto, but she did some stuff that made her get looked at. She was late every day. She used to come to work because he's supposed to be wearing steel-toe boots. She used to come to work wearing Uggs sometimes. They'd be looking at her like, where are your steel-toe boots at? And she used to tell me, oh, my kids lost them. My kids. Yeah, it was just like a lot of little stuff that she was doing. And of course, the lady being who she is, she made such a big deal about it. Talked so much shit about this girl behind her freaking back. Oh my gosh. But one day she came to work. So I'm like, straight up.
Father, I hit that blunt. I'm going to see the Father. Damn, Earth was cool. Oh, this gas, 93 octane.
Bitch, tell me why this girl had it in her purse. Cause she used to bring this little dusty looking purse. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to distress the situation, but she used to bring this little dusty purse. She was cool or whatever, but like I said her home a couple times, but yeah, you had a dusty little purse. And she had it in her purse. That shoe. What? They made such a big deal about it. Especially Miss Betty. Oh my gosh, I was trying to get everybody fired. What the fuck? Like, why would you come to work and jeopardizing everybody else? Like, she went off on this girl. And after that, I'm not gonna say I'm glad she went off on her, but really after that, she started really not liking that girl. She was more so all her little remarks went towards her instead of towards me. So I was just like, I'm glad this lady doesn't like this girl now. So maybe she'll be a little nicer to me, because I'm tired of this lady keep doing all this little stuff to me. But yeah. What else happened with that girl? I can't remember. I didn't remember. Some way, somewhere, she thought she was a thief. So Miss Betty started keeping her backpack behind like the machine, because she thought she was stealing. I don't know where that came from, but apparently the girl worked here before and got like rehired or whatever, and stealing, I think, in another person's department or something like that. And I don't freaking know, but yeah, after that, she got labeled as a dope head to Miss Betty, and she didn't have no respect for that lady for that girl no more. But anyways, let me hurry up, wrap this video up to the part where I was just completely over this lady. So it's probably been a good 2 to 3 weeks. So wait, before I get into this part. So basically, like I told you, that job, I was told by my staffing company, it started like at 5:30, 6 o'clock. She started telling us that she got there at 4 o'clock. So that means we need to start getting there at 4 o'clock too. Because apparently, because you're supposed to get there when your trainer gets there. So since she gets there at 4, we're supposed to get there at 4. And after my hand, I'm just like, who finna do that every day? Shit, my staffing company. So yeah. And then she used to say smart ass remarks about that too, like, your staffing company is not the people that's actually in this building, sweating blood, sweat, and tears. They just, in their office telling y'all stuff. But I'm actually telling you, the people who actually work in this building, what time we get here, and that's what she's supposed to do. So I'm like, but you not the person that hired me. You're just another coworker. So honestly, like, if we're being honest here. But I did a couple times. I would, not every day, baby, not every day I would get up at 4 o'clock, but I started getting there at 4 o'clock. I was like, well, you know what, this will help my hours up, because one thing too, once we ran out of work, that was it for the day. It was like, oh, okay, well, we're finna leave early. Like, it was like one time in particular, we only worked 3 hours, and then it was like, okay, well, get your stuff together, we leaving, time to clock out, we don't have no more work to do. I'm like, I don't like jobs like that. I never, what the fuck, work till, basically you just work until you run out of work to do, then you go home. No, I like working the time I'm supposed to be there, the time it's time to leave, because when it's time to leave, I'll be going. Let's believe, when it's time to clock out, it's time to clock out. I always say that. When it's time to clock in, it's time to clock in. When it's time to clock in, all that leaving early, It's for the bird. I'm here for one thing only, is to get that bread, get that, the elite, business. So I didn't like the fact they was doing that. And I used to kind of say, like, is it anything else we could possibly do, anything like that? And she got on me, like, oh, I don't know why you're complaining about leaving early. It's this one lady who we used to train. I used to tell her the same thing, like, oh, we might to work, it's time to leave. And she used to pack her stuff up and then ask no question, no talk backs. She used to get her stuff, like, okay, Miss Betty, I understand. Thank you. Have a good day. And we would leave together. I was just like, again, excuse me. I'm here for one thing only, is this money. So, and me keep leaving early, keep leaving early, our check's gonna look like shit. I don't know if you don't care about your check. You should have to hear that conversation. But I care, and at that point, too, my birthday was coming up. Get that bread. And leave. But my birthday, I'm gonna live about that. But my birthday was very expensive, and I ended up losing out a lot of money on that. But yeah, the whole plan I originally had for my birthday was very expensive. But even if I had my birthday wasn't coming up, I still have that mindset of I'm a hustler. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Anyways, fast forward to one time where we had just kept leaving early. And I was just like, yo, I hope we actually stay to the actual shift. I'm talking to the other girl about this. Hope we actually stay to the real shift, whatever. She's like, me too. Like, we ain't getting paid shit because we ain't barely working. Like, because she would actually have to catch the bus. So she was getting up hella early, walking to the bus stop. She's like, I'm doing all this, getting up early, trying to walk to the bus stop, this, that, and the third, for just to be here for 2-3 hours. Girl, no. Girl, bad. Oh yeah, again, y'all already know my cat, she loves to be in the spotlight. But I have another job, not like her. I still have Amazon on the weekend, so if this check was a little short, Amazon will go ahead and make up for it or whatever. But anyways, guys, so same shit happened. Oh, we're out of work. Even though it was I still was seeing roles of stuff to do, but apparently they didn't really need that for today. They needed it. They won't need it till tomorrow, so we didn't have to do it. Yeah, we don't have to do it, but if it is technically some work, then let's do it. Like, what the? But the guy who actually makes it, because we didn't actually make Phil. You see her biting my finger? We didn't actually make the labels. They had these guys who actually like printed out the labels. Only thing we do was run it through the machine and put it on the roll. That's technically all we do. So the guy who was actually who makes the labels itself, he overheard us saying that, like, oh, we didn't really want to leave, like, this kind of sucks, we keep leaving early. And he was like, y'all really don't have to leave just because those women, just because those women are leaving early. Especially that 40-year-old lady. That 40-year-old lady, she used to come with any little excuses leaving anyway. She didn't want to fucking work. Anyway. Y'all already know, don't mind the appearance. I was in the middle of editing it, and I just came up with another thing I remember that this lady did. Like, the more I kind of listen and think about everything, the more things I remember happened at that job. Like, one time I wasn't sick, but I had a little runny nose or whatever. And and it's so freaking funny because I knew kind of like I started kind of realizing what type of people these women were. Mainly Miss Betty, but because I really didn't think too much about the lady, but now I kind of found out she's kind of like the same way too. But basically, like, my nose was really stuffy and runny, so I had brought like a little tissue box with me, and I would step out, and I wouldn't blow my nose in front of it. I would like step out a little bit over my nose, throw it away, and intentionally Germans my hands in front of everybody. I might see, I stepped out to blow my nose, but when I came back, I Germans my hand because they had like a little Germans bottle on the table by the station. I would use the Germans on the table so everybody saw that I was still like Germans in my hand after like blowing my nose type shit. So basically, this lady left early. Didn't really know why. I was just like, okay, what's going on? And to find out, this lady had decided to leave early that day because she didn't see me germs my hand. I was being contagious. I was being just a nasty little girl. I was just like, what? She's like, yeah. Now that's when Miss didn't like me. She kind of had my back. She was like, yeah, that's really the reason why I lady love. I kept trying to tell her, like, I saw you every time you went and blow your nose. I saw you come back and germ your hand, but she didn't believe me for some reason. I'll believe it. So she just went ahead and left because she didn't feel comfortable. Boop, doot, doot, yada, yada, yada. And I'm just like, yeah, this lady just come up with any excuse to freaking leave. Like, that was her perfect excuse. Like, yeah, this girl might have COVID, so I'm finna leave. Bitch, I did not have no fucking COVID. Because they kind of wanted to pin that on COVID. Talking about, oh, well, that's one of the symptoms. Having a runny nose. I'm like, you can't do nothing. Like, y'all, I'm telling y'all, these days, you cannot sneeze, cough, nothing without someone like, that could be a symptom. Like, but I was straight. I think I did end up getting tested. Every time I've gotten tested, that shit came out negative. So, and like I said, I'm fully vaccinated. So, yeah. But that's why I just wanted to say. I just remember that one little incident where this lady Lily just came up with a reason to try to leave because she didn't see me, quote unquote, Germex in my hands. Or washing my hands. That's probably why she don't know how to do dots, because she never really wanted. She was probably like, well, that's optional. Me doing, I don't have to do it. I can do it. She gonna take the shortest route, the easiest route, which is just learn how to do regular labels instead of doing the dots, which is supposed to be so hard. But anyways, we freaking was like, for real, we don't have to leave. He was like, no, like, go ask Mr. Donnie, who is the boss, if he needed any help in the office or anything like that. Or you can, sweep around. So me and old girl came into play and was like, okay, well, we're finna clock out, but we're finna clock out for lunch. Not to clock out and go home for the day. So we're not really gonna say nothing to them. We're just gonna clock out like how behind them, but go in the cafeteria and have our lunch break. This is gonna be our lunch break pretty much because it is lunchtime when they're trying to leave the clock out for the day. So we clock out with them, but then we started walking the opposite direction from the door. So of course Miss Betty again cannot mind her freaking business. Gonna be like, oh, where are y'all going? The door is this way to leave and go home. We're like, no, we're talking about to go for lunch. We was told that we can actually kind of ask Mr. Donnie if he needed help in the office, just to kind of stay around, help around pretty much. So it's just like that. Said it sweet, nice, never disrespected as much as I wanted to. Never disrespected this lady. Never came at this lady crazy like how she did to us. Because now it's us. It's not just me now. She think the other girl's a dope head. Shoot, yeah, she steals now. I don't know where that came from. Like I said, I remember it was something about she was doing lots of just rumors. Just now she don't like the lady, so now it's all this negative stuff about her. I hate people like that. But anyway, so she's like, nah, who told you that? Just like this, she just made it a whole big deal. Y'all, Mr. Don don't need no work for y'all. He don't got no work for y'all. That's what she kept saying. That's what it was. He don't got nothing for y'all. He don't got nothing for y'all in that office. I need to clock out and go home like the rest of us, because I already told him that we was all leaving. So that's what we're doing. And he expect us all to be going now. And we're just like, ain't nobody told you to do that. Because I swear I told that lady too. I was just like, yeah, we kind of was throwing hints towards her when we first got there. Anyways, like, yo, I hope we have enough work, or we can do enough work for the end of this shift because we've been leaving early. And she was like, yeah, you're kind of agreeing with us. So I feel like she did that shit on purpose anyways, kind of running out of work. Us running out of work and don't have no more work to do because we have brought to her up anyways how we wasn't happy about us keep leaving early. So she's like, yeah, we gonna stay. No, we didn't. Just to say, be spiteful. So I came up with a plan. I was just like, girl, because they knew I used to take her home sometimes. I like I said to her like 3 times before. So that her just walking to the bus stop and doing all that stuff. Because she caught the bus coming and going. And I really felt bad because that girl, she had to walk. But anyway, so I was like, come in my car. We gonna sit in the car. And, because I know they're gonna say something. Because she's well, I'm gonna say they. But she did. The other lady, she would kind of listen to what Miss Betty's saying. But it was just really Miss Betty. She's gonna be like, oh, why are you in her car? That's exactly what she did. She gonna be like, why are you in her car? Our explanation of why you in my car, because I'm taking you home again today, and we're leaving together. So that's exactly what we did. Got in the car. But what we gonna do though? We're gonna wait to see them to leave and take off, and then we're gonna go back inside and eat our fucking lunch and have our break. So, yeah. So what Miss Betty would do, Miss Betty would sometimes get in the other lady's car when they used to have smoke breaks, their little cigarette breaks or whatever, and be in her car. I can swear I saw Miss Betty get in her car, because I seen that other lady take off, but I swear I saw Miss Betty get in the car and take off with her type shit. So I was just like, okay, the case is clear, because that's exactly what we did. So we got out the car. Here comes the juicy part. Tell me why, as soon as we get out the freaking car, walking back inside, all we hear is, wait a minute. And we look behind us. It's Miss Betty. She's talking about some, ow, because y'all know her. I'm telling y'all how she is. Oh, I knew it. I knew y'all was tricking me. God told me. She used to pray God. Y'all, I'm religious too. But some of the stuff, like that, God told me to wait, because I knew y'all was up to something. Just like, oh shit. But as she was walking closer, she was like, what we gonna say? Like, we looked at each other like, and we still kind of walking a little bit. Like, what we gonna say to this lady? We was like, okay, we can say like we left something. Walk in there and see what you left inside. He was like, okay, so once we got inside, like, inside the building, we was just like, you know what? Ain't nothing in here. Because I don't know what the girl was going to mysteriously find out she left. She did not leave nothing inside. We going back to ask Mr. Donnie, like we freaking said before, does he need any help? Oh, well, let's go in there and see what he just has to find. Because I'm telling y'all, ain't nothing in there for y'all. So, what we did was go in the office and ask him, like, yo, we don't have no more work left. We was wondering if it's anything you needed help with or anything, because we wanted to stay a little bit longer. Never knew, God forbid, that we were getting in trouble. And we looked at each other, we were like, are we really getting in trouble for wanting to actually stay and work? Like, what the fuck? Yeah, like, who knew that you could get in trouble for actually wanting to stay at your job and freaking work? These guys. And you know what Mr. Donna said? He looked at us, kind of looked around the office and was like, yeah, it is actually some paperwork y'all can help organize for me. Like, I'll find something for y'all to do. Oh my gosh. Was that so hard? And you know, the only thing she can look and do, look at us and be like, oh, now she looks stupid. Oh, well, y'all have fun doing that. You know, I was telling them it was nothing for them to do in here. But if you got something, then it's so big, you know. And yeah, like, yeah, you look dumb. I had to make the intro and I had to make the outro, guys, because this video way too long. We gonna need a part 3. It ain't that deep, y'all. So basically, make a long story short, the next day, because she had already kind of gave us a heads up, because she had started getting in an argument with old girl. Like, I don't even know how that came about, whatever. But one thing she told her, she said, you gonna see come tomorrow. After that, I knew. I knew one thing, that girl wasn't showing up tomorrow, and I knew it was gonna be hell tomorrow. Even if she did not show up, it's gonna be hell for somebody who shows up, which was gonna be me, because I don't give a fuck. I still need my bread, get that. They leave. I didn't see that song 4 times in this video, but it's the truth. It's really the truth. But anyways, so yep, came to work the next day. Did not get there at 4 o'clock. I did not want to see them. No, but tell me why it just went. Not just Miss Betty, even the other lady going in on me. Oh, you're such a traitor. all the stuff we did for you. This is my one thing they did for me. That day I was telling y'all my nose was running. Miss Betty had bought me some orange juice, and they was saying that if they really wanted to, they could have went and told on me, and I would have been out for 2 weeks for COVID, blah blah blah. And I'm just like, okay, whatever. And I'm just like, I don't understand how I'm a traitor because I want to fucking work. Like, I don't get that. I ended up telling the lady, I was like, well, I said in the beginning that I was gonna go talk to Mr. Donnie. So she was like, oh, I didn't know that information. And as soon as it kind of seemed like the other lady was kind of like starting to forgive me or whatever the case may be, or kind of be on my side a little bit, here comes Miss Betty like, oh no, I ain't hear you say you was going to talk to Mr. Donnie. I'm like, what? So you gonna sit up here and lie like that? And I'm just like, yes, you did. We said it like 3 times to you. We said it the first. Y'all, I don't even feel like explain the story, but she just kept being like, no. How you gonna tell me? And I'm just like, you know what? You got it. You know what? I will never try to work any more hours ever again. Not in y'all knowledge, you know. So basically, yeah, she just made like a whole big deal. She should be like, shit, the whole shift. And actually, the rest of the time I was there, I got treated terribly. It was like, I was really, and I hate feeling like that and being like that when it comes to any job. I feel like she was just looking at me under this telescope, like, oh, let me wait for one little mistake she makes, you know, so I can point it out, make it into a big deal with the, you know, not being the actual professional trainer where like, oh, let me help you. No, this lady, this is why she's a trainer from hell. Like, no, I heard too, because when I forgot to tell y'all this, like I said, it just kind of comes back to me. The lady told me when I went and I basically snitched on her, I'm like, this lady, something's wrong with her. Like, she's really, I'm gonna go off on her. Like, and I switched trainer. That incident, she told me, she was like, you know, we actually had a girl right before you and she quit, and that might have been the reason why she quit, because of this lady. I'm like, yeah, y'all seriously need to get rid of her. I don't know. She does not need to be a trainer. She's not good with people at all. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. They just treated me terribly. Every little thing. The other lady, she kind of backed up on me because she was kind of like, well, now I don't really know the full story, but you're telling me. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. I really don't care. I really don't. I ended up talking to the dude who was telling us to even go talk to Mr. Donnie. He was just like, oh, I'm sorry. Like, I ain't know it was gonna be all that, but don't let those old women push you around. I'm like, I'm not. Like I said, shoot, he was just telling me like, yeah, you know, I could still push you on to like, if you still want to stay, because I can push you on to like a different department if they need help, because I know this manager in a different department who would love your help. You know what I'm saying? If they want to leave early, just let them leave early, but you still get here and get your money. I'm like, okay, thank you. Somebody in this freaking building gets that. Like, I don't know, I couldn't do it no more. But anyways, guys, make a long story short, I end up convincing Mr. Donnie to go ahead and let me finish my training a week early, because first of all, I had just got hired at Marshall's, and I started Marshall's that week, and yeah, I was sick of them. I felt like I got it, everything I had. The only thing I didn't have was putting the paperwork in the computer system, but I felt like I could wing it. And I was supposedly, somebody else was supposed to work with me on that night shift, so I was like, maybe I could ask them. Y'all, make a long story short, I went to Marshall's. If you haven't already seen, like, I think I said that in my video, my first day at Marshall's, how I was going to my other little job. Yeah, guys, I worked that shift. I was so freaking tired after working Marshall coming there. I was like, oh no. And then I got there, nobody else was there, so I had to end up leaving that paperwork for them to do the next morning. I already knew it was over with, because that was gonna be the perfect thing. Like, yeah, see, we told you she wasn't ready. We told you she wasn't ready. Oh, and I forgot to also mention too, Miss Betty taught myself, oh, you should be ashamed. Black people as a right, there she go again to my black folks. Black people need to do better, because when I walked in here and I looked at Mr. Dunn, all he did was shook his head at me like he was just so disappointed with what happened yesterday. That She literally made me laugh out loud when she said, like, I had a little, like, snicker, but I didn't want to laugh at her face, but I was like, something's not right. It's something. I don't know. I don't know. I hope God can fix it. I leave it to God. That's how I look at God. I just leave it to Him. Yeah. So, so I ended up quitting. I did. That was literally the day before my birthday when I went up there trying to. I've been working 3-4 jobs and freaking tired, and I had to end up leaving that paperwork. I already knew that it was gonna be an issue, so I was just like, let me just leave the job alone. So yeah, that's how I ended up leaving the job. Terrible experience. Would I ever go back to that job? Maybe, just a different position, but I'm happy at Amazon. That's where I'm currently out right now. You know, I had to finish the video for you guys on the slit, but yeah, nah, this job pays me way much more money than that little job. And mind you, this lady told me she had been working, and I guess that's why she felt like she was just a goat at that job. She said she had been working there for, I think, 15 years working up there. But hey, but anyways, like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if y'all ever had any like really terrible experience at a job with a trainer or whatever like that. Let me know, you know, your thoughts and everything, because yeah, she was definitely trying for help for me. And actually, when I went to Marshall's my first day, I was told that it was gonna be an older black lady training me. Y'all, I was so freaking scared. Like, oh, that a part too. But no, this lady, that's why I said it's different old women out there. My trainer at Marshall, I love that lady. She was so sweet. She sat down, taught me, you know, actually normal human beings to me, professional. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, let me know in the comments if you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna see y'all in the next video.